Sugar addiction is a real problem. However, I've noticed that a lot of people don't seem to realize that every time they ingest sugar, or any food containing sugar, what they're actually doing is poisoning themselves. Over and over again, research has proven that sugar is more addictive than cocaine, and that every time you eat a chocolate bar or take a super sweet Starbucks coffee, you increase the likelihood of you developing one of these many diseases: cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, cancer, obesity, and much, much more. So, in this video, I'm not only going to discuss sugar addiction and the damage it does to your body, but practical steps to help you break this deadly addiction. We've always been told that sugar has many negative effects, both for the body and
What's
mind.
up, y'all? We're about to get
Weight
started.
gain, metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease are among the major complications of chronic consumption of excessive sugar. But how's this addiction established? According to Dr. Robert Luftig, a pediatric endocrinologist who's best known for his work promoting anti-sugar diets, sugar, in the forms of sucrose and fructose, is like poison due to its negative effects on the neurotransmitter systems of the body. This addiction can be explained as a cycle, perpetually becoming stronger and stronger every single time we ingest and consume sugar. When sugar is consumed into the body, blood sugar levels spike, releasing high amounts of opioids and dopamine in the brain, which gives you a tremendous satisfying sensation. This process is called reward. Meanwhile, acetylcholine levels, that's another neurotransmitter, are diminished, a process which intervenes in tolerance. After this, high levels of insulin are produced by the pancreas to decrease your glycemic levels, which results in a rapid fall. This causes immediate fat storage by the cells to occur. The cycle continues with the craving for more sugar to replenish its loss, along with a displeasurable sensation. With time, your body will increase the amount of sugar you consume in order to increase the release of opioids and dopamine levels that are giving you that same satisfying sensation you had in the beginning. This whole cycle leads to compulsive eating and binging, making this addiction even more difficult to break. As stated before, chronic abuse of sugar is proven to lead to some pretty serious diseases. Type 2 diabetes is the best example of one of the negative side effects of this addiction. Consuming high amounts of sugar leads to massive production of insulin by the pancreas. After several years of overconsuming sugar and overproducing insulin, the pancreas begins its degenerative process, diminishing the insulin levels you produce. Due to this, higher and higher levels of glycemia presence lead to the appearance of type 2 diabetes and its complications. Normally, the liver turns sugar into fat, storing it. But with this condition, the excessive storage of sugar leads to a disease called fatty liver, which results in the dysfunction of every liver process. With time, high amounts of sugar in the bloodstream will affect the vascular system, leading to high blood pressure and heart disease. A common complication of diabetes is diabetic neuropathy, a condition that results in the damage of small blood vessels that nourish nerves, which leads to a series of symptomatology that can conclude with an amputation. But the complications of sugar addiction don't only affect the body, they also affect the mind. When high levels of blood sugar are stored by the cells, opioids and dopamine levels also fall, producing a severe sensation of fatigue and displeasure. This feeling can lead to abnormal behavior that can only be countered with the consumption of higher and higher levels of sugar. I know this is a lot of information to take in, but I wanted you guys to know the harmful effects you're doing to yourselves every time you take sugar. We can live and thrive without sugar. Our ancestors did. But today, sugar is in everything we eat. The multi-billion-dollar food industry doesn't want you to give up sugar. Their sales depend on it. That's why they sneak sugar into everything, labeling those foods as low-fat or free from artificial flavors. Although those statements might be true, they're simply masking sugar-laden products with a false claim that they're healthy and good for you. For example, from just one serving of iced tea, you'll end up with nearly 9 teaspoons of sugar. A single cup of 245 milligram low-fat yogurt contains about 12 teaspoons of sugar, and for all you coffee lovers, a flavored coffee drink can contain as much as 25 teaspoons of sugar. That's shocking, right? So, if you want to overcome this addiction, here are a few things you can do.
Sugar is the devil. First, it'll destroy the inside of you, and then it'll destroy the outside of you.
What is up, y'all? What is up? I know I had to come on here to do this show, and I wanted to play this video for y'all. I want to do something. Mostly all the recordings I do, either my wife or I record them. And man, I hope y'all are paying attention, man, because today we're talking about the truth about type 2 diabetes. The truth. I was type 2 at one time. I'd say probably now going on close to 4 years. I changed my life. I'm a keto coach, intermittent fasting coach. I no longer eat the way I was eating. I no longer drink sodas. I no longer do nothing. But I'm going to show you a soda you can enjoy yourself with. And it doesn't have no sugar. I have the number one selling bakery. You can go check it out, sugarsthedevil.net. Sugarsthedevil.net. All my treats, I don't call them sweets because they don't carry sugar. So all my treats, sugar-free, gluten-free, and they're very good for your health. I also have the number one selling book, The Truth Key to His Life, right there. The Truth Key to His Life. If you have not picked up my book, make sure you go pick up my book. Man, I do a lot of things. But one thing I want to do right now, guys, I want to talk to you about the truth about type 2 diabetes. I am on Instagram. I am on TikTok. And I am on Facebook. So we're on a lot of platforms right now. And you can find me under LinkedIn and everything. Please share my videos, guys. And please invite people over here that might have diabetes. Type 2 diabetes. How does that start? See, a lot of times you have people say, man, you know what, Free, I don't eat sugar. I don't touch sugar stuff. I don't even like sugar stuff. But yet, they're still eating pasta. They're still eating rice. They're still eating potatoes. They're still eating French fries. Well, that has a lot of sugar in it. There's items out there that have more sugar in them than items that have sugar in them, if it makes sense. So, like, say a donut. So you're like, man, you know what? If I have I'd rather have you rather have a bowl of potatoes versus a donut. And you think that the donut's going to do you bad, but actually the potatoes are going to do you worse, you know. And that's what I'm on here. I'm on here to educate you on your health, on your type 2 diabetes if you have type 2 diabetes. And if you don't, amen, that's awesome. But a lot of these times these days, people have type 2 diabetes. It's like doctors make you type 2 right away. You know, before it was different. But now everything that you consume, everything you eat, everything you take in has sugar. And it has a lot of sugar. See, and a lot of people, they think that they can go to the gym. And it's good to go to the gym. I'm not saying not to go to the gym. It's good to go work out. You know, I walk around. I do a lot of walking. And I lift weights here in my house. But when you're doing the keto lifestyle, if you want to know what I push a lot, I push the keto lifestyle. Why? Because it works. But you have to do it right. You have to do it right. And it's not a diet. It's an amazing lifestyle. Amazing. Right? So if you're wondering my story and where I came from, I'm going to go ahead and share some pictures with you. So this is me and my wife. This is about 3.5 years ago. I was weighing close to 300 pounds. And my wife also dropped weight. My wife was a size 16 and 18. Today, my wife's a 9 and a 10. And here goes another picture of me right here. So I dropped 98 pounds, guys. I also do the intermittent fasting. I do 20 hours every day of intermittent fasting. Okay? Now, I'm not the skinniest. I still got some loose skin on me and everything. But I'm happy. And I'm healthy. You know, before I had so many health problems. The last thing I was type 2 diabetic. I've lived with high blood pressure for a long time. I take them little pills. Digestive problems, asthma, so many rashes, skin problems. I had so many problems with me, but everything, and I was fat. I was obese. I was big, you know. And everything, no energy, and I could just keep on going. And the reason why, because of all the sugar I was taking in my body. All the sugar. So all the sugar I was taking in my body. And when I changed everything, I never got to get to the insulin. I was scared because I seen my dad, you know, lose his leg over it. My dad passed away in 95. My dad was diabetic. I see my sister, and, you know, I can't change everybody's life. I wish I could. But a lot of people, even in my own family, I can't change them. They'd rather stick themselves. They'd rather give themselves insulin. And I got a story behind that. So I can't change everybody. My videos are not to change everybody. My videos, not to judge anybody. My videos are to help someone. And that's what I've been doing. I've been helping someone all the time. I've helped a lot of people overcome diseases. See, diabetes is a disease. Let's say it's like being an alcoholic. So the minute an alcoholic stops drinking, he's no longer an alcoholic. The minute he starts drinking, he's back to being an alcoholic. Well, that's the same thing with diabetes. I know you hear doctors and everyone say it's chronic and you can't defeat diabetes. You can only control it. Well, I'm here to tell you, you can defeat it. You can destroy it. And you don't have to. I dropped my book again. And you don't have to worry about it. You do not have to ever worry about it. But the minute you go back to drinking them sodas, Cokes and Sprites and hot Cheetos and French fries and hamburgers and all that bread and everything, the minute you start doing that again is the minute you put yourself right back where you were at. You know, why do I say this is an amazing lifestyle and not a diet? The reason why, because diets, you have to take pills, you have to take supplements, you have to take shakes. And I know they tell you, hey, you know, if you take this on keto and it's going to help you. Honestly, in keto, you do not need supplements. You do not need shakes. You do not need anything. The only time that you want to buy something, say you want to buy almond flour or you want to buy this, that's if you cook, if you do that. And in my book, I can show you how to make some amazing recipes. And I got the book right here with you. I got the book right now. You could pick this up at Amazon. What a better time to pick this up at Amazon. I think Amazon's Prime Day today. So if you got Prime, you'll get another discount on this book right here. The Truth Keto is Life. Why do I push this book? Not because I know it's amazing. Not because I know it's going to help you. I push it because I want to give you the formula. I want to give you everything I did. I want to show you where I was at. You know, I've got proof in this book. Look at this. I'm way down there. Look at this. I'm trying to get the camera. So you see the transformation that we have on there? The transformation. Look, I'm trying to show y'all. Look. The book is as real as it's going to get. I don't hold back. My wife was like, babe, you shouldn't put this in the book. It's going to. And I said, you know what? I'm putting everything in the book. And I put this in the book. Because this is when I was in the hospital all the time. I was in the hospital a lot of times. People never knew because I never wanted to tell them because I was more embarrassed. It was not about them wanting to feel sorry for me. I was embarrassed because here I was the DJ and I was the crunk guy and I would go out there. But you know, the next day I was depressed. I was hoping somebody was having a quinceañera or a wedding or some kind of event that I would enjoy myself at because those times I didn't want to get up. Do you know how bad it is when you don't want to get up? I used to get into the moods, man. I'm serious. I am dead serious. And anxiety, everything played part. And then just feeling sick all the time. Like I would sacrifice and eat Popeye's chicken or eat some other kind of chicken and do this. And, you know, just certain foods I would sacrifice myself. And then I'll be dying at night. And when I say dying at night, I mean dying at night. Where I felt, oh my God, is this going to be it? You know? So I do these shows because I want to wake people up. I've had friends die. I've had probably more than 10 friends die through this last year that passed. Last year that passed. I had about more than 10 friends pass away. From what? It was not just from the COVID. It was from them having type 2 diabetes, them having high blood pressure, you know, and other things. You know, the thing about the body, when you take all this sugar, you unbalance your body. You know, I know some people right now that one is in CrossFit, the other one's like a gym rat, always in the gym. Well, the one that's in CrossFit still has anxiety. The one that's always in the gym still has diabetes type 2. Why do you think that? Why do you think if I show you these people, they're more built than me and everything. They look better than me. But it's because these people, they eat bad. They eat all this sugar, they eat all this ways, and then they go to the gym. Okay? Well, the gym is only going to take care of your outside. Maybe a little bit of your inside, but it's never going to take care of the disease you have. What takes care of the disease you have? This right here. Everything is mind. Everything is. You have to have a set mind. You have to have a strong mind. You know, when I tell people, hey, man, delete sugar out your life, it's the best thing you do. And then they don't do it. It's too hard for them. I've had somebody say, oh, you know what, man, I get lightheaded. I feel sick. Man, I feel like I have to throw up. I didn't know, it was hard for me. Why? Because sugar is 8 times more addictive than cocaine. And you could look up all these facts because they're there. 8 times more addictive than cocaine and heroin. Now, isn't that crazy? And that's why when people are trying to delete sugar out their life and trying to get sugar out their life, it's the first week, it's hard. It's very hard. The second week, you're in denial. You're like, man, why am I listening to him? If he's not even a doctor, why am I listening to him? Before we start talking about doctors, give me a second. Attention, my advice is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any health problems. I am not a doctor. I just show you what worked for me. Okay. So doctors will never, ever, 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 ever take care of the disease. When you are type 2 diabetic, you will die type 2 diabetic, if not type 1. That's it. Because a doctor will give you medication. This is a doctor talking to me when I was diagnosed. I mean, come on. How did I not know I was type 2? I was in denial more than that, but then I didn't know, But when I went to the doctor because of my gallbladder. My gallbladder gave out on me one day. It was bad, it was in so much pain. Today I live without a gallbladder. And I eat spicy food. I eat a lot of different types of food. But I'm eating food that helps me. I eat now to live. Before, I used to live to eat. You see the difference? And I eat good food. I eat really good food. And inside my book, I show you how to enjoy delicious food. Really delicious food. How to substitute stuff. People can't believe, man, how did you think of that? I said, because I wanted something that people would enjoy and love. Every recipe on my book is mine. Everything was modified. I did recipes in there where I tried them and some worked and some didn't work. I did recipes on there where they were really good, but they had too many net carbs. And I said, oh no, we need to bring down the net carbs, but we still need to have the good taste to it. Now, when I knew my book was finished, I wanted to make sure people would say, man, I can't believe this is keto. Give me a second. I see my kid peeking in the way. I need to close that door. Close my door. Close my door. No. Close my door. You see? I'm over doing a show about health, and my son comes to ask me about Funyuns. Now, unfortunately, you get the real here. I'm not covering nothing. I have not been able to take my kids away from everything. It's not fair because they didn't take me away from everything. But they do not, I repeat, they do not get to eat cereal. I don't give them cereal. If they're going to eat cereal, I make them cereal. They do not get to drink milk in my house because milk is not good for you. But they can have almond vanilla milk and they enjoy it. You see, there's a lot of things that I do not give my kids. I refuse to give my kids because I'm not going to have them get sick, And plus they're ADHD And even Doritos, like one of my son loves Doritos, that one right there. But Doritos carry a dye, and that dye is not good for ADHD. So I do my research. I look at everything a better way, any way we can do it, and that's what I know. Shout out to everybody that's joining me right now on Facebook. Appreciate y'all joining me on Facebook. Appreciate y'all joining me on TikTok. And who do I have right here? So we don't have no one on Facebook just yet. They fell off, but they'll come back on. See, a lot of times people at Instagram, we got some people on Instagram. Hey, what's up, Instagram? Appreciate y'all being on here. A lot of people, and I haven't done a show on Instagram. Honestly, they changed it up a little bit. I didn't know how to go live, but now I'm going to go live and everything. And a lot of people do not want to watch shows like this. They rather watch negative stuff. That I guarantee if I came on here and say, I'm going to show you how you can start this up or do something like this, they're ready to watch it. People like negative stuff. But when you're talking about somebody's health, they don't want to put down all the stuff they're eating. They don't want to change. They say, oh, you know what? I want to fit into these jeans, or I want to fit into this shirt. I'm tired of wearing 3X shirt. I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of not being able to breathe. I'm tired of being in the hospital. I'm tired of taking medication. I'm tired of this, tired of that. But they won't listen. They will never do nothing. Some will do something, and then they'll find an excuse, and they'll fall off. Just like that. Look. During the COVID, or a little bit before the COVID, I had this girl drop 45 pounds. 45 pounds. Now, if you're a female, you know that is not easy. Men drop 20 pounds right away. Why? Because a lot of water weight. Women have a harder time dropping weight. I'm not sure. Maybe because of their monthly cycle. I'm not sure. But women have a harder time of dropping weight, okay? When someone drops 45 pounds, that's a huge accomplishment, a huge. But even after, a little bit after the COVID died out, recently, I'll tell you she's a she, okay? That's what I'm saying. I ain't gonna give no names out. She posted something on Facebook. And I seen it. And I would just comment on it like, hey, this is not keto. And I'm not trying to be the keto police. I'm just letting know, hey, this is not keto, And as I, let me plug this phone up because it's going out. As I said that, a few days later, because she didn't respond, so a few days later, she sends me a message. She says, hey, please stop leaving comments on my food and everything. I decided to go back to sticking myself. I rather stick myself and be able to eat what I want to eat, because she was diabetic. If you're this close, you already left medication. You left some medication already, and you want to go back to that. Your priorities are not right. You can say you want healthy. You can say, I want to feel better and all this through your mouth. But when it comes to doing the work, here goes my book again. But when it comes to doing the work, you don't want to do it. It's too hard for you. But that's the way it is. So back to what I was saying earlier. If you're type 2 diabetic and you're going to go see your doctor first will give you some pills, metformin if I'm mistaken. And then they'll give you some stronger pills, right? Because your diabetes ain't going to get better. Guess why? Because they're still giving you sugar. There is sugar in the insulin. Look it up. So they're giving you this medication. During this time, the medication is destroying something else in your body. And it does. When I was taking the metformin pills, I remember I had diarrhea. It was terrible. I had a bunch of bad health problems. So how are you going to take care of me and you're giving me more health problems? Okay? So what did my doctor tell me? This is what he told me. Mr. Patino, I said, is there any way I can beat this? If I can beat this. He says, no, but you can control it. Look what the doctor tells me. No, but you can control it. And what does he tell me? You have to exercise. You have to eat right. They put me in a room with a nutritionist, and nutritionist said, you can eat brown rice. You could eat watermelon. You could eat this. You could eat that. Just try to stay away from the white color stuff, right? And at the time, I thought that was crucial. Like, man, this is, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Now I'm more crucial to myself. But I don't do what they said because brown rice, yams, and everything else carries too much sugar. That's never going to cure your diabetes. So what I tell you, if you're diabetic, if you're type 2 diabetic, I smile. And why do I smile? Because I know we can still beat it. See, when you're type 1, you're no longer making insulin. Your pancreas is no longer making insulin. And that's when it becomes tragic. Because eventually, you go to dialysis. Okay? So, the thing is, a lot of people are probably borderline diabetic, pre-diabetic. All that means is you're a cookie away or a thing away from becoming type 2 diabetic. If you do not change, anyone right now, if your stomach, because my stomach used to point out way over here. My stomach was way over here, like this. Like I couldn't even slide. Maybe not that far, but it was pretty far. And like maybe right here, I couldn't slide like this. Look, I couldn't slide. And if you have a pointed stomach, talking to the men, if you have a pointed stomach, looking like you're pregnant, but you have small legs and arms and everything like that, but you have your stomach's pointing out, you have type 2 diabetes. And if you don't have type 2 diabetes, you have a dirty liver. You have fatty liver. I put everything on it. Why do I know that? Because I know now. Because I had that problem. I talk from me. I talk from what I went through. I talk from everything. I learned how to beat this disease. I learned how to beat it. You know, I was saying last time, you know, this is never going to happen. Somebody's like, never say never. I said, oh, I could say never because it's never going to happen. I know what it took for me to get that big. I know what it took for me to eat and for me to drink for me to get that unhealthy. So it would never happen again. Does anybody got any questions? I had a double meat Whataburger only on. Oh, I like that. I like that. That's awesome. So Alex on Instagram said he had a, I think that's Alex. He said he had a double meat Whataburger on Solar Bread. For the people that don't know what Solar Bread's a low carb bread, 3 net carbs. And I told him about that bread. And I tell everybody about the bread if I'm coaching you, if I'm trying to help you and everything. And this is the other thing right here. Virgil. I challenge anyone to go pick up a Virgil. They got Coke flavor and they got root beer flavor. Just Coke and root beer. You look at this whole can and there's absolutely no sugar, no aspartame, and no hidden sugar that's going to hurt you. But you got people that want to drink Dr. Pepper, Diet Dr. Pepper, Diet Coke, and zero Coke, and zero this. It's not. It got hidden sugar, and it has aspartame. Look up aspartame. If you think that the hidden sugar is going to hurt you, no, you better worry about the aspartame. That's what Coca-Cola products have. And why they have it? Because it's cheap to make. It's cheap to produce. And that's the reason why they use it. Do you know the number one sugar that is destroying us? Do you think it's table sugar? No. It's fruit toast. Fructose. I can't even say that word. Fructose. Fructose. I can't remember. But anyway, fructose. I'll get it right. It's that. That's what it is. Because it's a different type of sugar. It's a chemical sugar. And that's right there. See, a lot of times people say, "Man, I don't eat this sugar. I don't got no sugar in my house and that." But yet, you go buy something that says sugar free, and then you pick it up, and then you see these hidden sugars on there. But you don't know because you don't know what a hidden sugar is. You're like, "Oh man, this is good. This is sugar free." A game on. It's free. I mean, it's sugar free. But it really ain't sugar free. It's bad. It's real bad. So I want to show y'all a video right now. And I want you to look at this video, man, and just grab some popcorn, whatever you do, get some low-carb popcorn, right? Something very, very low-carb. And there's some out there. There is some out there. And hold on, give me a second. Let me go ahead and put this. Let's go ahead and watch this, y'all. Let's go.
Type 2 diabetes is a metabolic disorder that causes sugar in the form of glucose to accumulate in the blood rather than being used as fuel by the cells in our body. When we eat, food is broken down by our digestive system into nutrient molecules that are then absorbed through our digestive tract for use by the body. Foods containing carbohydrates or various sugars are broken down into glucose. Glucose is an important source of fuel for many organs in our body. However, to be able to use the glucose for fuel, the glucose molecule must first enter into the cell. The pancreas produces a hormone called insulin, a chemical messenger essential for the entry of glucose into cells. As the blood glucose levels rise after a meal, insulin is released into the bloodstream and sets processes in motion to trigger the removal of glucose from the blood to enter into the cells. In type 2 diabetes, the cells become resistant to insulin and ignore its message to absorb glucose. This is known as insulin resistance. In addition, in type 2 diabetes, the pancreas is unable to produce the greater amounts of insulin needed to trigger these resistant cells to take in glucose from the bloodstream. The most notable symptom of diabetes is frequent urination and excessive thirst. Other symptoms include weakness, drowsiness, and blurred vision. These are caused by chemical imbalances in the blood related to high levels of blood glucose. About 1 in 4 people with type 2 diabetes are unaware that they have the disease. It is important to catch diabetes early. Over time, high blood glucose damages the blood vessels, which can damage the organs that these vessels supply, leading to a variety of health complications. Damage to the small or micro blood vessels can cause vision problems, including loss of sight, nerve damage, and kidney disease. Damage to larger or macro blood vessels can lead to cardiovascular complications such as heart disease, stroke, and poor blood circulation. Overweight and inactivity are major causes of diabetes. A family history of diabetes significantly increases your risk of developing the disease. Certain ethnic populations are also at increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Finally, some medications may increase your diabetes risk, specifically corticosteroids, thiazide diuretics, drugs used to treat certain mental illnesses, and some antiretrovirals used to treat HIV infection. In summary, type 2 diabetes is a metabolic disorder. It causes sugar in the form of glucose to accumulate in the blood rather than being used as fuel for the cells in our body. If not diagnosed and treated in a timely manner, type 2 diabetes can lead to many health complications.
All right. All right, guys, man. Appreciate y'all. Give me a second. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. So I just want to give y'all an idea of what was going on and stuff like that. And everything's true, man. Like, you know, when you're insulin resistant, you know, from your pancreas, you start having a lot of problems, inflammation in your body and your blood and everything. And it just becomes really bad. And that's when, you know, I tell people sometimes that, man, you can get blind, you can go through all that. I've seen it too many times with people that have gotten, you know, some people are literally blind, you know, and that is all from sugar, you know. Hey, guys, man, let me go ahead and put these little things up. I don't know where my windows went. Where my windows go? There goes my window. Hold on. There goes my one window right there. And where's my other window at? There's my other window right there. Excuse me. Oh, no, no. All right, guys, man, I really appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much, man. Take care of yourself. Hope y'all learned today. If y'all need any help, reach out to me, 832-715-2557. Give a shout out to TikTok. Shout out to Facebook. Shout out to Instagram. Appreciate y'all. Hope y'all enjoy my show. Let me know if y'all enjoy my show, man. Leave me a message. You know, let me know which woman to know, you know. Again, if you need my help, reach out to me, 832-715-2557. To the next show. Appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Sugar is the devil. Keto is life.